Water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink. Well, let's talk about water bottles. The main water bottles I carry. I just got another one of these, and this is a brand new one. Thank you to Holly for getting that for me at Christmas. And I carry this and this. These are the three that I mainly carry with me when I go bushcrafting. I have been using this, but I use this quite a bit. This is a new can. It's actually a big soup can. I just replaced an old one. I haven't even punched holes in this yet to hang it with. But actually, you know, that's part of my deal. Why? Because unlike this, that certain people say you should have. This is the do-all, you know, whatever. I can take this. It takes up no more room than that. I can take this. It takes up no more room, and it carries the same amount of liquid in each one. Okay. This, I can have my liquid and boil more at the same time. I can drink and cook at the same time. Whereas this, I'm limited to one pot. This, I have two. This, I have two. So these work out better for me than this in the long run. So if I was to go for extended stay, what I normally do is I take one of these. Or this. Usually I carry two items instead of just one. I always like a backup. I do carry these occasionally. And I have done this. And I have no problem with that. It doesn't have to be a specific water bottle. It doesn't have to be anything special. Okay. This is Holly's. This is a present from Medic Jim. She's used this. This was a present from Fixed by Doc Ryan for my daughter. She uses this one. These we just got. This is actually a water bottle that is non-coated, has no seam, and we can boil water in and do everything else in. This one is coated. I would not boil in this, but it is a decent water bottle, which could not boil in it because of the coating that's inside there. They look almost identical, okay, but you have to open it up and look down inside there. This one has a seam in it, but I know from previous use that this water bottle I can boil in. This one actually has a seam in it and can be boiled in. Now, let's talk about purifying water. When you boil water, whatever container you're going to boil water in, okay, all you're doing is killing the things in the water. You're not removing anything. You're not taking out any pesticides, herbicides. You're not taking out the Giardia. You're not taking out the protozoas. You're only killing the live spores and things in the water. Okay. When you filter water, you're actually stopping the protozoas and things from going into where you're going to drink. This is a Sawyer water filter. Works like an Aquamir, except for an Aquamir you get, what, 20-30 gallons? This you get 1 million gallons, and then you can reflush it. There's an arrow here on the side that says flow. If I wanted to, I could take just this black piece, put it in a crevice, drink out of the top of this like a straw, or use the rubber piece, get down in the cracks and crevices. I could even put a rubber piece on the bottom here and put it into the cracks and crevices and drink out of that, an emergency straw. It will remove the protozoa, the Giardia, and everything else. You can check the specs out on this at Sawyer Water Filters, and yeah, it does everything. Now, it will not remove pesticides, herbicides, things like that. If you boil water, if you boil the water, it does not remove pesticides, herbicides, things like that. So where you get your water from, you have to be careful. What you drink out of your water, you know, you have to be careful with these things. You can buy different filters. Now, they sell different filters that supposedly remove those things. Charcoal filters. You need to research and figure out what filter works best for you in the area you're in. I find that boiling most water in my area, killing those things, as long as I don't go get them from a roadside ditch, as long as I don't get the water from, you know, an irrigation pond, where I'm going to have chemical runoff, I do quite well. Filtering the water this way does quite well. You need to make sure you dry everything out when you're done, clean it out, rinse it out. This one can be back flushed and cleaned out. Same with your Calodines and all the other things you can clean up. What works for you works for you. I like this, and I like this. Alright? These are the ones I normally choose. I choose to boil, and I choose this filter. No matter how you boil your water, or what you treat to do your water, you need to carry enough water with you. Just taking this full of water for a trip is not going to last you. Okay? You need to realize that. Sometimes when I go for a week stay, I will actually carry a gallon of water with me. I will actually take a gallon of water from the store with me when I go out. So, things you need to look at, what will work for you. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be, you know, it doesn't have to be expensive. This will work. This will do everything. This will. You know, carry water, boil water. Soup can. That's all it is. It's a big soup can. So, those are the things that I would suggest for water. What do I normally carry water-wise? That's my usual water setup. I usually carry this one and this. Sometimes I will swap them out. And I have to say, I like this bottle because I just like the bottle. And I will carry those. But usually I carry 2 different containers with me when I go out, when I do things. And yes, I have carried one of these. And I have used one of these. Any of these combinations that I can boil in, treat water in, but I like to carry at least 2 quarts with me when I go out. And prefer for extended stays to carry more water, as long as I know that there's water that I can get. Now, if I'm going to an area where there is no water, as I said, I will carry at least another gallon of water with me. So, that's about it. That's my one on water and what I carry for water.